Girl, I care about you. I'm there for you. So why don't you care for me like I care about you? Girl, I care about you. I'm there for you. So why don't you care for me like I care about you? What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review season 4, episode 10 of Tyler Perry's comedy soap opera drama, The Oval. And that song I sang, y'all remember that? That was off the Soul Food soundtrack. That was After 7 and Jodeci. Was it After 7 and Jodeci? Yeah, when they combined and Babyface and them. I think their names was Brown Time. I forgot what their names was, but it was for the movie soundtrack of Soul Food. And it was Brown something. Milestone. Their names was Milestone. That's what it was. And that song is dedicated to Bobby because he cares about Lily. Y'all heard him tonight. I care about her. It hurts like hell. I started to sing that one, and it hurts like hell. That's the way it is. But I thought, I care about you. That got to the grit. I'm there for you. Hey, so why don't you care for me like I care about you? I know I probably messed up the words too, and I'm a little hoarse today too. But anyway, before I get into this review of this episode, this is episode 10 of The Oval, season 4, called The Truth Be Told. Let me give my shout outs to my lovely subscribers. I'm talking about folks like Nadine Harris, House of Sir James, Kryptonian Black, Lamont Simpson, Karima Khadijah. Now, Karima Khadijah, a.k.a. Basil's wife, you said that I didn't say your name last week, and that's not true. I said your name, because your name down here on YouTube, it says Basil's wife, and I said Basil's wife, and it says that that's also you. So I did say your name, just letting you know. So see, don't be sad, because I said your name. I ain't forget you. I ain't forget you. You my people. Angry Smurf, shout outs to you. Shout outs to Susan Keys Stewart, who said that she is going to buy my album. She said she'll buy an album from me. You know what, Susan? I'm going to hold you to that because I'm going to get that album out there. I am. I know it's been taking me. I'm going to get the album out. I am. Randall Brown and the R.C. Kroger. And who else? My buddy June BLC. And Savannah Rivers, Amore Dupree. Shout outs to you, always holding me down as well. So, I have one more thing I want to do. I want to review some comments. I'm going to call this Comments Corner. And this is where I read off some of the comments that you all said in last week's episode. Some of these had tickled me. So let's see. The first one that I want to read off is from Randall Brown. And I thought this was funny. Randall says, how much does it cost to reupholster a casting couch? My friend was afraid to ask. I don't know. That was funny, but why is your friend afraid to ask? And why are you asking me? I don't know nothing about no casting couch. Listen. But I thought that was funny. Okay, let's move on to another one. Let's see another comment that I thought was funny. Angry Smurf. Now this one was hilarious. Angry Smurf said, talking about last week's episode, this episode was made to satisfy Tyler Perry's sexual desires. It was filled with unnecessary gay vibes between the men. Tyler reminds me of Keith Sweat when he discovered the group Cut Close. I remember that group too. Their first entire album, he went on to say, was all about sex. Then he goes and says, the way Tyler tried so hard to create these homosexual vibes and scenes in this episode was funny and only shows his closeted side. Y'all are funny in these comment section. And then, if that wasn't enough, here comes Savannah with, isn't he transitioning into Madea full time? Yo, something is wrong with y'all. That, oh, oh. And then we got House of Sir James saying, good review, Ty. I haven't fooled with this show in over the last 2 weeks. I have been listening to the reviews, though. So he said he may go back to it, but he hasn't fooled with this. And lastly, Nadine Harris says she did not know that I had children. She just found that out. But yes, I do have children, Nadine Harris. I have 12 children. No, I ain't got 12 children. I got two. I got two children, a girl and a boy. Yep. And I love them. Love them. They keep me going. They keep me busy. Yes. All right, I got all that out of the way. Let's get down to this review. And y'all, with these comments, y'all took me out. Y'all are hilarious. All right, so now let's get down to this review of the Oval. I done wasted 6 minutes and ain't get into the review. I know somebody gonna be like, he done did all this, they ain't say nothing about the show yet. So let's get right to it. Crazy Jason, last week what did he do? Drug the military man, and now you see him and the military man struggling so he can get the key from the man, and Jason done stabbed up the military man. Now, you telling me Crazy Jason, well, they do say crazy people have strength, but he was able to outwit and overpower this military man who specializes in stuff like this. And you see the man, throw up so he can get the poison out of his system or whatever it was in his system that made him drowsy. But Jason was still able to get away. And Jason got in the car and he's going somewhere. So he about to leave the camp, Crystal Lake, and going back into Washington, D.C. I thought we was going to see him tonight, but we didn't. Then we see Donald calling Alan, telling Alan, make sure you get everything prepped and ready, this, that, and the third. And then here comes Alonzo. One of y'all in the comments call Alonzo Shaggy from Scooby-Doo because he always eyes bulging and nervous. And Alonzo comes in and he's like, I think you might be right about something. That's what he's telling Allie. Alan. He said, I think you might be right about Ellie. And Alan is like, I already know she was sleeping with homeboy. And, she, that's why, and then he killed her and then he tried to kill me. And he's like, you believe that? You believe that? And he was like, yeah. Then he says, you also know that the president has a coke and whore addiction. He like his hoes and he like his coke. I was like, you know what? That scene was just annoying to me too. Then we move on down to the First Lady and Priscilla. They had a little cat fight thing going on, and good to see you. They both can't stand each other. And the First Lady did her usual, trying to get under Priscilla's skin. And Priscilla was like, oh, do you want me to bring you lunch? And do you want me to bring you a drink? Being sarcastic. And she told her, get out my face hole and all this other stuff. And then she asked about Sam. And she said, oh, I'm sure Sam would love to see you. He respects you. And the First Lady said, no, he effed me. And Priscilla was like, oh, I wasn't aware of that. So that little playful banter, it was all right. Then we go into the First Lady and the President. The First Lady is trying to get him on board or whatever, and he came in and she's like, what's wrong with you? You on this when you coming down off this cocaine high? And he was like, listen, what are you up to? What are you and Donald up to? What were you doing over there? See, he's stupid, but he ain't that stupid. That's what we're learning. He ain't that stupid. He knows something is up. And remember, the president knows that little crazy Jason ain't dead because they did the body switcheroo. So the First Lady done killed the wrong person. And so that's why I was thinking while all of this was going on, I thought Jason was going to pull up on them. Because I thought he got in that pickup truck so he could pull up on the folks at the White House, let them know, I'm here. But no, he wasn't there. They didn't do that. And he's like, I'm going to figure out what y'all up to. I ain't stupid. I'm going to figure out what y'all up to. Then we saw the vice president and his wife, and they're trying, they got their schedule to go over to the White House to apologize to the president, say they were wrong and this, that, and the third. And we see his wife stalling. Oh, I left this. I got to go get that. Oh, I didn't put my shoes on yet. This, that, and the third. She looked real nice too, but she's like, she was stalling. She didn't want to be bothered. Then we have Richard and Nancy. She's worried. Nancy's always worried, though. Barry is still nowhere to be found. Where the hell is Barry? Nobody knows. What is he with the Ragadushi? Did he run off? Where is he? What's going on? And Nancy just can't take it. She just can't handle it. Meanwhile, she's saying she works. She packs some lunch. Here come Dale. Dale came to come pick up Sharon. Sharon is still worried about Barry, too. She tells Miss Nancy she's worried about him, and she hoped that he's not with that cult. And then somehow Nancy's like, well, is this the address to the cult? Now she's got this bright idea that she gonna go on down to Ragadushi Lane. I knew it when she was like, oh, I have the address. And Sharon was like, no, don't do that. Don't go down there. Don't do that. I was figuring, I said, she's gonna go down there. She's definitely gonna go down there. Then we had, which I thought was interesting, Lily going to the pharmacy because there's only one pharmacy in D.C. So she makes it to Kareem's pharmacy. I wonder how far his pharmacy is from their house. She goes in there to get her prescription, her medication, her painkillers, but she left her money in the car and she's in so much pain she can't get back to the car. And at first, Kareem was like, nah, you got to have my money. I need my money. No, not so fast. I got to get my money. You want to get this medication? I got to get my money. I got to get my money. That's what he said at first. Then he felt sorry for her because he saw that she was in so much pain. But Kareem doesn't realize that she is from the White House and that she is married to Donald. So Kareem must be one of those people who's not really into politics and doesn't know that this is the chief of staff's wife, who's also a fashion designer or something like that. Because isn't Donald the chief of staff? But I guess maybe he doesn't know it. You know, at first I was saying, that's a little unrealistic. But it could be realistic because there are some people that don't follow politics at all and don't know who is who. Because I know somebody like that. They couldn't tell you. They could barely tell you who the vice president is. So maybe there's something true about that. This was a funny scene tonight. Let's talk about Donald and Alan. Alan comes to work. Donald is all touchy, feely, all on him, hugging him and all this stuff. And, we're going to, and as he's hugging him and telling him all this stuff, Kyle walks in and Kyle is jealous. And he's like, what's going on here? And it looks like Donald was purposely doing that to make Kyle jealous. Like he's doing that on purpose. And Kyle was like, told Alan to leave. And he's like, what's going on here? And then Donald's loving this. Donald's liking that Kyle is being jealous. He's like, oh, please, calm down, relax. And then he's like, isn't he straight? I think he's straight or whatever. Then he calls Alan. Alan, come on, you come with me. We got to go have this meeting. And he's like, you go first. And he's checking him out. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, this is ridiculous. And that is not sitting well with Kyle. Then we got the gang all here. And they were building up this tension for nothing because nothing happened. You had the vice president come back to the White House. You got Kyle. You got Max. You got Bobby. You have, who else was there? The gang's all here. And it's just like this tension, but nothing happening. And the VP, his wife, and this. And the president is like, don't want to be bothered. He was making me laugh because he was so irritated and just didn't want to be bothered. But then he was being super rude. Richard's there. Richard asked him what he wanted to drink. He said, how long you been working here? And you don't know what the president drinks? He said, Richard said he's been there for 20 years. And he's like, and you don't know what the president drinks? No, I don't know what you drink. I've been here for 20 years, but you ain't been here for 20 years, so I don't know what you drink. Idiot. That's what he should have said. See, that's why I couldn't be working in these places because I'm the type. I don't care who you are. You're not going to be talking to me crazy any kind of way because you are above me. I done told off many. Well, I'm a manager now, but I'm saying I have told off many people above me many a times because you're going to show me some respect. You're not going to belittle me. And it irks me every time I see that on the show, the way they be talking to these people. I'm like, I would have been fired. Because you're not going to speak to me that way. And I probably would put you in your place, but they probably would have fired me because people don't like being put in their place. I'm like, listen, don't speak to me like that. I'm still grown. But anyway, he's sending Richard back. get me something to drink. First lady said, no, get him some tea. He said, no, I'm going to have me whatever drink he said he wanted. And so they have this whole meeting thing. Nothing real. I was like, what's going to happen? What's going to take place? The president's totally ignoring the VP. The VP is trying to speak and say whatever he wants to apologize. And the president's like, you tried to take me down. You tried to destroy me. He said, that's what they're here for now. They want to apologize. And they're going to go on cable TV and explain. I don't know. They said cable TV. And they're going to explain what happened. And, they got the evidence and they saw what really happened and blah, 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 yakety yak, all this other stuff. The president was still not impressed with all of that. He was like, yeah, whatever. Meanwhile, I thought something else crazy was going to happen. I thought maybe Jason was going to walk in, something. Nothing really happened. It just was at a standstill. Then we go back to Miss Nancy. And Miss Nancy is out here in the outside the Ragadushi Camp Ragadushi, in her car, just standing there. And she says, wait a minute. She sees her grandbaby. And see what Miss Nancy should have did. She should have stayed in the car, drove up to her, and then grabbed her and got the hell up out of there. But no, she gets out of the car, and then one of these soldiers, or one of these, not soldiers, yeah, one of these cult soldiers is like, what are you doing here? And she's tongue-tied. And then she's like, oh, I just took a wrong turn. And she was like, I'm leaving now. And he's like, no, you're not. She was like, son, you go. I said, that's right, Miss Nancy. She said, son, you gonna let me leave. You gonna get out of my way. And she went through that whole thing, and they went through a little tussle, and she lost that tussle, of course. And now he got Miss Nancy. Lord have mercy, Lord Jesus. I can't wait for next week, because now we know, I'm hoping when she gets in that Ragadushi place, that she's in there carrying on. Miss Nancy, I hope you in there. Oh, Lord, oh, my God, what is this cult? I want that scene. I want her to go off. I want her to tell these people in the cult that they need to get Jesus in their life, because, she go, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. I want her to carry on like that, because Miss Nancy has been kidnapped by the Ragadushi. I'm saying it right? It's Ragadushi. And that's where we left off. That was probably my favorite part of the episode tonight, was watching Miss Nancy tussle with the with the cult guard. That was my favorite part of the whole episode. It was. Well, that's all I have, y'all. I don't have anything else. Tell me your thoughts. How did you feel about this episode? Oh, wait, that was funny, and I did enjoy Donald kind of making Kyle jealous. I did enjoy that too. Well, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Be blessed.